Who is your choice to win the Golden Ball this year at the World Cup?
Oh, okay.
This is fun, man.
Okay, Golden Ball. So MVP, basically.
MVP of the World Cup. Who's it going to be? In 2006, it was Zidane who won the Golden Ball. 2010 was Diego Forlan.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one because he completely deserved it.
Yeah. Followed up by Lionel Messi in 2014 with Argentina taking that team all the way to the final. And then 2018, Luka Modric. So 4 studs right there.
Yeah.
Stars, world-class legends that earned the prize of the Golden Ball.
Yeah.
And going into 2022, there's these traits that we see in a Golden Ball winner. You got to have team performance. Yeah. You got to have individual performance. You got to put up some good numbers.
Yeah.
And then in the case of Forlan and Modric, you got to capture the hearts of millions of people. There's a heartwarming story about these players. And so who's going to do that this time around? Who's going to be the player that fills out every single box, checks out every single box? And will it be a player that actually wins the World Cup? Because none of those 4 players won it.
I was just about to say, I didn't realize this until you listed them out in order, bro. None of those guys won the World Cup, actually.
Yeah.
What's interesting is what that means is the better team wins the tournament, which obviously makes sense.
Yeah.
But usually a standout player who just stands above the rest almost carries their team through that tournament.
Yeah.
In a sense. Not saying that they're alone in their team and that they're the only one doing anything, but in the sense that they're by far and clear the best player on their team, and then they just have an incredible tournament. So who's going to be that player that maybe they don't have the best team, but themselves just go off? Who's going to be that guy?
I think it's Diego Lainez, bro.
That's the thing, though, is that the Mexican team is set up for one guy to just go off.
If one guy does,
then he's winning it. He's winning it.
There's a chance, man, because like you said, it rewards individual performance and not team performance. Because you look at the past winners, 2014 Germany was such a unit that you really couldn't pick one single player from that team to deservedly win it.
Exactly.
And it was so clear that Messi carried his squad that year, so you had to give it to him.
Yeah.
2018 Modric, bro, he was running around for 120 minutes for 3 straight games. He earned that shit, man.
Immense. Completely carried that entire midfield.
Yeah, and so, man, in a funny way, Mexico could be set up to do it. Obviously, they would have to go far. That's probably
and they would have to have a team, and they would have to have a player that was actually good in that sense.
Yeah.
And they don't have that.
We unfortunately do not have that right now. We cannot provide those resources right now. And so, thinking about the options at hand, man, you think about, maybe Brazil going on a deep run. Who would be the shining player from that team? Would it be Vinicius Jr.? Yeah. Would he be a candidate? Argentina, you look at Lionel Messi. Surprises in Di Maria, maybe. Mm-hmm. You go over to Europe. France, could it be Mbappe? Could he carry his team?
Right. I think what this kind of tells us is that other than maybe Zidane, you actually can't predict this. Like, honestly, because you think when you think of like top players, you're not going to think, oh, Modric is going to be the Golden Ball winner of a World Cup. But in turn, he took Croatia to the peak of a World Cup and ended up being one of the best players out on that pitch. Right. So that's why he won it. And then in 2014, again, that Uruguayan team was so youthful, but also they used the experience of Diego Forlan, who himself just kind of went off in that tournament. So it's like, I don't know. This is actually a tough question.
Could it be like Nunez? Could it be a player like Nunez doing something special for Uruguay? Or I don't know. I'm thinking more so just what players setting themselves up well going into the tournament. I still know it's very far away, but what we're looking at right now, I could maybe name off like a Karim Benzema. Yeah. If he has a good run and takes the team to the semifinals, being that
maybe he scores like 6 goals throughout the entire tournament. I could see him
really earning a spot. Will a defender ever win the Golden Ball?
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so, man?
No matter how good it ends up being, unless the team is completely set up defensive oriented, that would be the only way. But
I don't even think like that, man.
But that's the thing, is that offensive teams win the World Cup for the most part, so this just won't happen.
Well, I would say the only argument I have is that 2006 Italy team that I pointed out was an incredible defensive juggernaut, and they had famous defensive players. It was Cannavaro who lifted up the trophy for the team, and is in that iconic photo, like he was the key player, and that's a defender. But even then, they chose to go with Zidane.
Right, the more individual type of player at the time, for sure.
So, man, I need a final guess here.
So then, if we're going purely off of individuality and the way that their team is set up to kind of showcase that individuality, I'm going Neymar.
Neymar's
I'm
a
going
great
Neymar,
one.
man. Brazil's on an incredible high right now. They're going into the tournament with incredible confidence, and they have so many individual type players. This is the chance for Neymar to basically prove that he's worth being in the
Neymar's a
talk
really
of
good
the
one.
best players of all
No,
time.
Neymar's a really good one, man.
Yeah.
Especially if he can just show out, bro.
Yeah.
This tournament. And if Brazil just makes the semifinals, I think that might be good enough.
I think it'd be good enough.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They reward players who are individual this reward. So it's like if Neymar can just go off, man,
Yeah.
and Brazil go to the semis, he'll have a good chance at getting it.
Yeah. Are we going to rule out completely Lionel Messi? I don't think we will, man.
No, I can't rule him out.
I can't because the way this Argentina team is just building itself up. The reason I asked ruling out is because of his age. Most of these players were in their prime when they won it.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi's still an incredible talent, but he's already won it before.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting little factor that's happening
True.
at hand.
Will they give it to him again?
Will they give it to it again if he takes his team on a deep run? I think they have to if he goes deep.
I think
goes
I
far.
think if he wins, they'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Which
imagine
would
that,
make sense.
man. Imagine him the photo of
Oh my
lifting a World Cup as well as a golden ball. Jesus Christ.
I want that so bad.
Jesus Christ.
I want that so bad.
Ronaldo, a candidate as well.
Absolutely.
If this Portugal team goes far.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just, like you said, the premise of a golden ball recipient, like the idea of predicting who, like if you go to the gambling odds for this, it's got to be harder than picking the World Cup winner,
It
bro.
has to be. It has to be, man. Like picking this is virtually impossible, man.
Yeah, Give and Go viewers, let me know, who do you think is going to be the golden ball winner this time around? Because there are just a plethora, a deep core of options for you to pick from, man.